Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe. I like to talk about books, and today we are starting a brand new TBR challenge. So over the last couple of years over on TikTok, I did a TBR challenge where I wrapped up all of my books and then wrote 1 to 80 it was at the time onto them and picked out a number at random and read that book. I have since completed said challenge. My TBR is now longer. I haven't fully counted it, but I will count it and put it on the screen now. I just left the dramatic. Can you tell? With this new reading challenge, I am going to learn from the mistakes that I made not in my previous one, and I have built something a bit more a bit more relaxed. So with the old TBR challenge, obviously I had no say in what the book was that I read. I just picked the number and that was it. And there was instances where I was like, oh, I really want like a fast-paced thriller, and then I picked out a romance. And there were times where I was in a really bad stage where I just kept getting duds of books and I just was not enjoying what I was reading. I DNF'd like 4 books in a row. And I was like, oh, I really need something else. And I picked Moby Dick. You know, like there was that chokehold of you don't have full control about what you're going to read. So this time, in this lovely little pot, there is 50 prompts. And I know what you're thinking, Chloe, your TBR is a lot bigger than 50. Yes, I know. But I thought I want to do 50. That's just honestly where I stopped. And then I was like, oh, wow, that's perfect. There's 50. So we just kept it there. These are ones that I've thought of, suggestions from my friends and some of my followers over on TikTok. And each prompt will give me exactly that. It will give me a prompt for me to then look on my shelves behind me and pick what I want to read from that prompt. You with me? Amazing. So let's start with the first episode of Chloe's TBR. Let's get in there. Oh, this one. Oh. Do we go for the one that... No, we'll go for the one that's in my hand. Let's just fold that one back up. It's... Oh, interesting. A book... Focus. A book where the cover puts you off. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. Okay, this is really interesting. Let's have a look behind me. Okay, we're going to pull out a couple of options, I think, and then we will go from there. Okay, I have picked 3 options. They are all different genres. So go me. So I will talk you through the options. Option 1 is The Housemaid Secret by Frida McFadden. I read the first one a while ago, maybe a year and a half ago now. I really enjoyed it. I did guess the twist, but I really enjoyed it. But I hate these covers like so goddamn much. Like that is so ugly. It's so ugly. And I don't think the cover is the reason why I've not been picking it up, but I just haven't had loads of interest to do so. But I know the film just came out for the first one. I will not be watching it, but I know it came out. And maybe it's time. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I just don't think this is her best cover. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie, it's this guy. It's this little guy. He puts me off. I don't know what it is that does it, but I don't like it. I just don't. I don't know. So maybe, but I love Ali Hazelwood. I love her books. I have read 1 this month already. Do we make it 2? I don't know. Is a Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle J. Jensen. So the difference with this one is that I'm actually very excited to read this book. But why does it look like this? My friend Indy pointed it out as well the other day on one of her videos about how ugly this is. And it just is. It's horrible. This is like the most offensive shade of blue. And considering what the hardback looks like with that gorgeous woman on the front, the dark tones of the colours, gorgeous. This is downright shocking. But I have heard amazing things about this book. Everything I've heard about this book makes me think that I would love it. So I just need to pull the band-aid off and read it. I know you're all thinking that A Fate Inked in Blood is the obvious option. And I agree. It is the obvious option. And it is the way I'm leaning. Purely because, right, hear me out. My last book was a romance. Sorry, bride. It's not you today. And then there was two. This is thinner. I feel like I would get through this quicker. This intrigues me more. We're going with A Fate Inked in Blood. We got there. We got there, girls and boys. I assume. I don't know. Let's go. So, the football has finished. I've also eaten tea. I've also read 100 pages of A Fate Inked in Blood. Am I loving it? Or am I loving it? This is like the first Norse Viking-esque fantasy that I've read that's really going into my brain. I read Malice, but the fantasy just wasn't going into my brain properly. I've heard people say if you're new to epic fantasy, don't go straight into that series. And guess what I did? I did exactly that. So now that I'm a bit more experienced in fantasy, I think I will go back to Malice, reread it, and then carry on with the series. But I am loving hearing all of the Norse mythology and history in here when they were, just the simple things bringing me joy. Like when they say skull and when they talk about fighting so they can go to Valhalla with honor. Simple things are making me really happy. And the fact that the main love interest is called Björn makes me even happier. Because I loved Björn Ironside in the TV show Vikings. It's as simple as that. But overall, I am very intrigued by the story. So much has happened in this first 100 pages. I don't want to say loads because obviously, spoilers. If you haven't read this book, you're not going to want to know. Fair play. But within the first 100 pages, there has been fights, death, drama, a very sexual couple, and you know, there's so much going on, but not in a way that you feel overwhelmed. Like, you can easily follow the story throughout. I feel like I've read this first 100 pages on the slower side, as I usually do with fantasy, especially at the beginning, just so you can like take it in a bit more. I will say I don't think there's been a whole ton of world building. I don't know if it's to come or if Danielle is just relying on the readers having enough knowledge of the world Vikings lived in and how they lived to get us by. I don't know. Thankfully, I do have some knowledge because, like I said, I did watch the show Vikings. And obviously you learn some bits in school, but some more world building would be appreciated. It might come. I might come speak to you again in another 100 pages and be like, whoa, insane world building. But I have a feeling that I won't be doing that. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go and do a couple of the things that I want to do because I want to take some photos and stuff for my Instagram of my books and stuff like that. I've got post ideas because I'm trying to build my Bookstagram up, as I mentioned earlier. And then I think I will try and get maybe another 50 pages done. Okay, hello. It has been some amount of time since we last spoke. And by some amount of time, I mean a reasonable amount of time. I've not picked this book up for like a week and a half maybe, but we're back in. We're back locking in. I've just been busy. Nothing against the book because I'm still enjoying it. So I am now 218 pages in, and we've had a few battles. She is now like with the gods, not like in a dead way, but like, you know, in a Norse way where they like do sacrifices and stuff to be with the gods. Off topic, what do you think of the hat? Please let me know. I've asked so many people. I'm just like so unsure. Anyway, I am very much enjoying this. The romance, I kind of want it to be a slower burn. Like, nothing's happened yet, but like I just kind of want it to be a slower burn. I think this is a good one where they could drag it out for so bloody long. They could drag this out for like 4 books. The writing style I'm really liking. I find it quite easy to follow. I'm reading it probably a bit on the slower side than I usually do, but that's quite typical for fantasy. It's just the genre I read slowest. So I'm making sure I'm like taking all the information in. I'm still absolutely like loving all of the Viking like names and lingo that I've learned from like Vikings, the TV show and stuff. Like there's a character called Ragnar, and I was like, oh my god, Ragnar Lothbrok! It doesn't help that the main character is called Björn, which, if you don't know, is one of Ragnar's sons. So I'm like, Björn Ironside, Ragnar Lothbrok. All we need now is Floki and I'm all good. It's also making me want to rewatch the show. I've already seen it twice. Do I need to watch it a third time? Probably. And by probably, I mean, absolutely I do. I am now in a bit of a rush to finish this. I am supposed to be doing a buddy read of Sorcery by Terry Pratchett with my good friend Catherine. And it was my idea for us to start today because I thought I was going to get more reading done yesterday than I did. I read about 50 pages, I think, yesterday. I was thinking I was going to get more like 150 pages done, but hey ho, never mind. Things did not work out that way. because I was just having fun doing other things. But yeah, so with that buddy read, which Catherine has started, with my permission, I did say, do you know what, do it. That will give me the motivation that I need to make sure I finish A Faint Inked in Blood so I can start sorcery. I was kind of hoping that the audiobook for A Faint was on BookBeat, but it's not available to me for some reason. It says, like, I need to buy it. Okay, hello. It's been a while since we last spoke. So, it really has. It's been a long time since we last spoke. I mean, I got a whole new tattoo since we last spoke. That's crazy. Anyway, my camera does not have as much charge as I thought it did. So, quick chat. So, I have indeed finally finished A Faint Inked in Blood. It only took me a month to bloody read it. But I loved it. I loved it. There are a few quirks, shall we say. I wish the romance was a slower burn. I wish we were going into the second book, them having not done anything, just still like lusting and wanting. But that's fine, whatevs. It's a romantasy, so I guess that's what you get. The plot twist at the end, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it so much that when I read it, I shouted, I knew it. And then immediately sent a voice message to my friend Catherine and said, I knew it. It needed to be known that I knew it. Other than that, I really enjoyed the writing style. Really enjoyed Freya as a character. You know, she is actually quite a vulnerable character who's trying to be like, I am strong, I am dependable, you can rely on me, when in reality she's absolutely terrified. And I think even in this like fantasy world, because yes, it's Norse, but it's like Norse, it's Norse myth, so it's like they're in the world with the gods, things like that. Mythology, that's the word I was bloody looking for. But even like in that, you had that really human, everybody thing about her, and I really appreciated that. I liked Bjorn. I think the favorite thing I liked about Bjorn is that his name was Bjorn. But I liked him. I think, you know, he bloody worships her, and he has done from like the very beginning. It's not news. It's not a spoiler. He worships her. And it's always fun when a man's like groveling on the ground for you, you know? Like, yeah, kneel, bitch. You know, that sort of vibe. The characters you're supposed to hate, yeah, fair enough. I hated them. The characters I was supposed to love, majority I did. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with this book. I've rated it 4 stars, and I will be continuing with the series. I also know that Danielle L. Jensen has some other works out, so I will probably eventually get around to reading those as well. I am kind of sad that it took me so long to read it, but like just life got in the way. My buddy reads got in the way. I did 2 buddy reads while I was reading this. I've done, I think I did 3 audiobooks. I am very happy to conclude this first episode of my TBR challenge. Still don't know what I'm going to call it. Actually, I'm going to send a message into the group chat real quick. I need a funky name. Okay, there we go. So hopefully by the time this video gets to you, I will have a funky name. But anyway, that is it. And I'm very excited to see you on the next one, see what the next prompt gives us. Hopefully it's going to be something really interesting. I have actually counted my TBR now, so we know where we're at. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you come on this journey with me. And on that, please hit the subscribe button if you'd very much like to. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Apparently it helps me out. I don't know. And comment down below. Have you read A Fate Inked in Blood? And if you have, what did you think about it? And I will see you all on the flippity flip. I'll catch you next time. Bye.